Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Joe Howarth's Happiness Hacks, where I interview one of the amazing people that exist in this brilliant world that we live in. Today, I am interviewing the very lovely Paul Wilson. I'm going to let him interview himself. No,
I
introduce
can do that
himself.
if you like, not a
You can
problem.
interview
Hello,
yourself.
Paul. How are you? Well, Paul is really good today. Now, Paul, what do you do? Well, it depends what you want to know. Sorry, I had to.
You had obviously.
Had to.
Well, I can just sit in the corner and have a cup of tea, and you can do the whole thing yourself. That'd be great.
Okay, well, I'll just take over, shall we? Good afternoon and welcome to the show. My name is Paul Wilson. I am a hypnotist and a coach. I've been doing that now since the middle of 2018. Previously, 25 years in the corporate world. Why do I do it? Well, in all honesty, there's one reason. There's a moment when I'm working with a client when they get this realization that all the crap they've had to deal with is just disappeared, or they've got a solution, or they've found the thing they've been looking for. And literally, it's like, Transformers. It's like a change. Instead of changing from a car into a robot, they change from a person into a star. The color of their face changes. Their eyes become like beacons. The shoulders drop down. It's an absolutely phenomenal thing to do. That's why I do it.
I love that. I love that. It's like that light bulb. You can feel it and see it go off in someone, can't you?
Absolutely.
Love it. Love it. Love it. So that's why you do it. But how did you know? Oh, I can't get this question to come out of my mouth properly. How did you know that what you did was going to do that before you became it?
I didn't know, is the honest truth. When I left the corporate world, I was going to become a professional photographer because photography is a passion of mine. And then me doing things completely arse about face as usual, instead of doing the research before I quit the job, I did the research after I quit my job. I talked to people that are in the industry 10, 20, 30, sometimes 40 years. And the first question they said to me was, do you love photography? I went, yeah, like a puppy. Yeah. And they went, don't become a professional photographer because within about a month, you will hate your camera and you want to throw it against a wall. I went, why? Well, it's really simple. People now will work for free, and this is not a pun, will work for exposure, to get seen. Yeah. And it means that you'll have to slog your guts out for 3, 4, 5 years. Now, unfortunately, I took their advice and didn't. Subsequently, I've spoken to other people who said there are different avenues, there are different ways you can get into photography, but completely by accident. So there I am, I've quit the job. It's, oh my God, I can't become a photographer. What am I going to do? And just by chance, the personal trainer I took on, him and his wife were hypnotherapists. And they said, Paul, we got this thing this weekend, try before you buy, coming along. It's free. Me, I love free. So, okay, great, boom, I'm there. And I spent the day working with this lady who had a fear of snakes and things that wriggled around. Now, here in the UK, how can you be afraid of snakes? I just don't get it because they're so rare. There's only one that's even slightly venomous. Anyway, she was, and we did the work, and yeah, so what? It was okay. But the next day, which was a Sunday, this lady and her family, every Sunday morning, they go out for a walk in some local woods. And Dad's got his phone and he's giving it all of this, the David Bailey stuff, And then you can hear him in the background going, darling, you better move to the side because there's a massive worm in the path. And she goes, no, it's okay. And she gets on her hands and knees and very, very carefully, she scoops this worm up in her hands, carries it across to a mound of grass and gently places it on the mound of grass. Husband nearly drops the phone, launches a stream of expletives because he can't believe what he's seen. I'm thinking, they're going, I've got a superpower. Boom. And so I go up the ladder then. I go back to the guy that did the day thing, said, who trained you? Went and trained with him. Who trained you? I went as far up the chain as I could, bought every book, every course. And I just morphed into a hypnotherapist pretty much overnight, essentially. And then the one thing I found was that with hypnosis, you're only kind of treating one aspect. But as a coach, I can treat the whole person or work with the whole person. But I still do both, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, and I think that's a really beautiful combo because I've been working myself this year with a therapist and a coach, the same lady who's both, and it's such a brilliant combo because you can put the past to bed and properly look at how you move into the future. It's like all in one. It's a brilliant combo to have.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So that's why you do what you do, how you got to where you are. So obviously the name of the podcast is Happiness Hacks, and you know my company's the Happiness Club. I'm all about the happiness. So what does happiness, if I say the word happiness to you, what does that mean to you?
Oh God, it means all sorts of things to me. It means some really, really fond memories that I've got from years gone by. It means lunch with friends. It means watching sunsets. It means all kinds of things. But probably the most important thing is it's being grateful for still. I mean, I'm 62 and a half. Yeah. I know friends who have died at 18 and at 28 and at 35 and so on and so on and so on. I'm so lucky to still be here, breathing and functioning, and being out in the world. And that makes me happy because I get to see all this amazing stuff. And one little thing that really pees me off is that people choose to see the negativity and they get entrenched in it and they fail to see or don't want to see the beauty that's out there, the lovely people like yourself, the really cool people, the really fun people out there that are helping people. There is so much to be grateful for, particularly in the West, yeah, and to be happy about. People don't want to, and I don't get it. I don't get it.
No, it's. I mean, we're not trained to. We're not taught to look for it, are we? We grow up in such negative, and most of us, a lot of us grow up in such negative environments, not just at home, but school and working environments and all of that. It's much easier for us as human beings to see the negative stuff, isn't it, than which, when you think about it, is utterly bizarre, because the beautiful stuff is all around us all the time, and yet we walk past it with our blinkers on, don't we?
Absolutely right. I'll give you a really simple example. I post a lot on social media, and yesterday I did a post. Doesn't really matter what it was about, and I had about 50 or 60 people comment and like and all that. There's about 3 or 4 people that put really negative stuff. Guess what I focused on until I realized what I was doing? I was focused on the half dozen people that disagreed with me, and I'm sat there thinking, they're entitled to an opinion. If they want to post on your post, let them get on with it. But there's all these other lovely people going, yeah, I agree with you, good. No. But yeah, we do tend to focus on the negative, and it's bizarre. But I'm really lucky because I've taught myself in lots of different areas to catch myself. So as soon as I see myself or feel myself doing something that isn't where I want to be, I go, Paul, that's not a good thing to be doing. Let's change it up. Let's go do something else. And that takes practice. But once you get it, it's work to treat.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I think that's the thing that a lot of people aren't willing to put the practice in, right? They want the quick fix, which, for my money, I mean, I'm a hypnotherapist as well, right? So for my money, hypnotherapy is the nearest thing to a quick fix you're going to get. But it's still not, it's not like a click your fingers and you're a completely different person.
The problem is that the word practice is a dirty 8-letter word for a lot of people. Yeah. They want instant everything, instant noodles to instant stardom. Nobody wants to practice anymore. I help lots of people that are running businesses. And they go, Paul, I've been in business for 5 seconds. How come I'm not famous and making $20 billion a minute? Well, because you just said the answer's there. You've just started. You have to practice. You've got to go through all the crap that we all go through to find your way forward. And it's the same.
That's the point, right? That's the point, is to learn the stuff, is to learn whatever you need to learn. Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
Cool. So if you could share a happiness hack with us, what would be your happiness?
When you invite me onto this podcast, I kind of thought of a few things, but my absolute all-time favorite is just laugh more. Yeah, seriously. There's a guy called Norman Cousins who, this is back from, I don't know, the 40s and 50s or 60s, I can't remember now. He had cancer. Now, he had all the medications, but the way he helped himself get a speedy recovery, he's got his family to bring in tapes of his favorite comedy shows. And so rather than people being all maudlin and miserable and going, are you okay? Do you want some more water? People were laughing and giggling, and it was infectious. It spread throughout the entire hospital. People go, hang on, this is a hospital. People aren't supposed to be laughing. But there he was. And a very simple trick. This is not deliberate. It's just the way it happens. I start smiling. I can't help it. Just smiling makes me laugh. And laughter is good for you in so many different ways. Physically, gets the blood pumping, gets a smile on your face, makes people laugh around you. It's such a good thing, and it's free and it's easy. And guess what? You don't even need to practice it. Yeah, and you can do it by yourself. You can do it with people. It's one of those things you can do on your own, and people don't go, ugh.
Brilliant. I love that. I love it. Thank you. Yes, laugh more.
Just laugh more. Seriously, laugh more.
Oh, it is good for the soul and the body and the mind. It's good for all of it, right?
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Now, if people want to know more about you and your work, where is the best place for them to go?
The best place is probably my website, which is really simple, ahappyhead.co.uk. I'll say that one more time with feeling, ahappyhead.co.uk.
That was very nicely delivered. Well done. I like that. Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions for Paul, his details will be in the podcast notes, and you can visit his website and find out more about him. Thank you so much for joining me, dude, and I will see you soon. Take care.
My pleasure. Speak to you soon. Bye now.